Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Russian campaign. Last time around we fought Napoleon over the control of Prague and the entire region of Bohemia. We won that battle, I think to a large part, because the very familiar, not necessarily familiar, but very well known I should say, the well known bug where infantry kind of congregate and make these huge blobs, and then they don't really react to anything until you approach it, kind of like a swarm of angry bees. Makes it quite easy to defeat them compared to a lot of other battles. So we were able to defeat Napoleon, and as we can see, we hold control over Prague and Bohemia. Now we need to expand upon that. So what we currently can see is there's a number of French forces around here. Quite a few of them, or actually all of them, have suffered some kind of casualties. But as further away from Bohemia they come, or they are, the less of that there actually is. So these are, even though the flag is broken up, indicating that they've lost man power, but as we can see from the troops that are actually on the air, it's very little. So I can imagine the same with this one. This one might have suffered more, same with this one, and then obviously Napoleon suffered a ton. So there's not a lot left on him. Luckily we are getting support here as well by Austrian troops, and I'm hoping Austrian troops are coming through here. Now I want to enact my plan to get the Prussians into the war, and we kind of need to open a corridor for them to go through. So I want to capture Hanover, but at the same time looking at the opportunity here with not that many French forces, there could be a possibility of moving in and capturing Bavaria, which would be very nice. But first we need to fight a few battles here. So what I'm planning to do, Bennigsen was the one to actually fight Napoleon, so he needs to recover in Prague for a while. We do, however, have Kutuzov, and I'm thinking that Kutuzov and Buxtehude should go ahead and expel Napoleon and then destroy him, destroy his army, send him back to Paris, and keep him away from the front line for a bit. Is he gonna retreat out of... He doesn't retreat out of complete line of sight, but he does retreat to the bridge. We do not have enough really to pursue him further, do I? I could send... it's really, what it is the cannons that are holding me up, or the 12-pounder cannons. If I drop those, I should be able to pursue here and attack Napoleon at the bridge, but I've also got a bigger battle to look out for, which is this one over here, where Peter Bagration need to strike against Louis something. His army over here, which is a bigger threat to us. If we drop the 12-pounder, we have plenty of movement range to actually go ahead and attack these two. Which it would be nice to get Napoleon out of there. And we'll bring in everyone. Let's go ahead and see if this is an auto-resolve. I could auto-resolve this one and we could fight the one over there. This is definitely an auto-resolve. We gain a huge stack of Austrians as well. So, combined forces, we're looking at about 7,000 men against Napoleon's 1,000. So there's a 7-to-1 ratio against Napoleon. However, the the rate here does not really correspond to that, which makes me a little bit nervous. Could Napoleon pull off a victory here with only 1,000 men against 7,000 of allied troops? Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and auto-save before we auto-resolve a victory. We cut down Napoleon. He does take down 1,000 of our men, which is quite a lot. Hopefully a lot of those are Austrians, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, and we gain attacking general. Great. So let's move up to try and... We are in control of these bridges now anyway, which is great. And we're gonna bring in the 12-pounder soon. So we are in control of that, and we should then, if the French try to push towards Vienna, be able to support this army like they supported us. So that should be fine. Now we've really kind of drawn the line through here, but I want to draw it along this line. So we need to push these guys out. Petrogratian, not a great army. There's a lot of recruits and just infantry. He does have that big artillery piece, the Unicorn 20-pounder cannon, or howitzer really. It's a huge cannon. Let's go ahead and attack, and then this will be the battle that we actually fight for this video. I think it kind of looked at, in terms of the amount of units, they have numbers, because they have more units. However, I have about 1,000 more men. The thing to watch out for is the light infantry here. These guys, as we saw in a previous battle against French voltigeurs and light infantry, that accuracy of 27, 25 is so much higher than us. It's like almost 10 more than, it's like 10 points for a lot of these. So it's gonna be down to cannons and cavalry, and then just the thing is they have more units though, so I cannot really like mass my troops around them in the same way. But we'll have to do we will see. We'll see. There's some plans. Anyways, let's go into battle, shall we? It's great, isn't it? When I get the when I have really what my plan hinges on is the fact that I'm able to lock all those voltigeurs and light infantry in melee. Obviously, we get a battle where the enemy holds the high grounds. I'll have to charge uphill. But I think if I just position my entire army off far to the left or off to the side here, I'll be able to crest the hill here, and we can kind of come in as it were from a flank rather than go in to what could really become a killing zone right here or here as it were, with the enemy situated on the top firing down at us. Hopefully we can get up here before that happens. I kinda noticed in some of the previous battles in between or after that normally, you know, people always say when I play Napoleon Total War 3 that, oh, you should march in column, it goes quicker and so on. When I use the submod, Bran MacBorn's submod, usually that is removed. All the sort of Napoleon Total War 3, a lot of those kind of features are removed. Like morale is higher when you're in kind of in this big, more boxy column formation. The morale increases and you move faster. So, but it might actually, some of that might have actually gone over in this version, so it might actually be functional, even though it hasn't been in a lot of previous versions. With that said, it's going to be interesting. I outnumber the enemy by 1,000 men, but they have much higher firepower than me. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna start from this end and start sending the troops forward, because obviously these ones will be the ones to kind of get over the hill the first compared to the others. I'm gonna make a strong point by putting my light infantry in that house, especially against the enemy cavalry. I only have one unit of cavalry, which is my St. Petersburg Dragoons, but they're not really enough to break the enemy's cavalry, because they had 3 heavy cuirassier units, which I think had quite a bit of chevrons as well, like 2 or 3 chevrons. So that's something to look out for. Currently, it looks good. Gonna get the Jaegers inside the house. Got the general right here. And the army is marching. Currently, I cannot see anything besides the general. Oh, now 2 cannons and conscript unit turn up. It's a young guard cannon, or at least one of them. They've put 2 together here. 6-pounders. They are turning their line to face us. Let's see. My little 3-pounder is very slow. Kinda want it in the middle, if I could. Seeing as how the enemy has deployed, we'll now switch kinda to go there with the recruits as reserve, just to kind of tag on or envelop the enemy, not as frontal forces. Now we have a pretty good target to fire at with the unicorn cannon. Not super accurate, but those are some massive explosions. Right, there we see some of the heavy cavalry, dragoons, and cuirassier. Believe they have more of those. So it should be at least... oh, there we go. Okay, so they blobbed up for this battle as well, but because of enough time, I guess. Let's go quickly into line, everyone. I'm gonna tell everyone to hold fire. We're just below the hill, so we will be able to march over. I want to soften them up a little bit. Currently my artillery can hit them, their artillery cannot hit me. Should probably aim at the target a little further behind. Right now the shots are kind of landing. If I can get my cannon up here, that would be nice. Can I have it here on the high ground? We'll have to hold off for as long as possible before sending in the St. Petersburg Dragoons, just because there's so much more enemy heavy cavalry. Maybe I should send the Jaegers out actually. It might be more useful in the forest over here. But this is a good fallback point otherwise, to have this kind of entrenched house in case enemy cavalry kind of just blows straight through us. You can see that the enemy is making line. And it's a pretty thin line, 3-man deep. Shouldn't be too hard to push through that. But as I can see, they've put a lot of conscripts in the center, which would allow me to break the center, but the way that it probably would turn out would be that I break the center and then the sides would turn and just shoot in, and I would be shot at from 2 sides. For now, I'm content with trying to kill. So far my unicorns haven't actually hit anything. Let's march up a little bit. Let's not leave the cannons up there alone. Let's march up something like that. Still much tighter lines than the enemy. Now we actually killed a few people there. Big explosion. Blast those guys. Switch to canister and deploy. Some light skirmishing here. They're sending forward with a conscript. I'm pretty sure even with a tiny crap 3-pounder we should be able to do short work of that little conscript unit. You're aiming at the enemy cannons instead? Only one cannon fire, second one. I'm gonna order you to fire then. Boom! Nice hit there. Since it was just a little 3-pounder, it didn't punch a hole straight through the unit as the 12-pounders usually do. I forgot to switch the targeting location. Light skirmishing here. Light units. Looks like there was another formation over there that opened up. If I could have the enemy march on me, that would be great. That conscript unit sent away. Hold fire. Actually switch to round shot. Start blasting the enemy. Alright, hold fire. You're obscuring my view. Ooh, I think... Yes, we got a nice hit right here. Destroyed 2 cannons. Very nice. How... Now they're all over the place. I think now is the time to attack. Now is the time to strike. Young Guard, Voltigeurs. Damn. Let's try to avoid that. Let's go everyone over here. Hold your fire. Right, guys, let's get them. Fall down the hill, and then all of you guys will run that way, except you, because oh no, that was my grenadier unit. And now they're getting run down by the enemy. Heavy cavalry came on very strong over here. I've got units moving that way though. The square will hold. Keep going after them. And then you will form square here. It's all that bloody heavy cavalry. We're making line and shooting down these guys, that's good. Cavalry was sent away. Continue charging that. Maybe tell these guys to hold fire right now. Support our troops. Square. Oh shit, look at that. Absolutely murdered this unit. No, the square broke. Form another square. Oh, and my troops over there broke as well. This tactic has not worked out too well for us. And the center is not looking too hot. We need cavalry support. Inspire this to hold. I need to be close enough to support the main melee. Why don't you fire over here? This square is getting destroyed. Same with this one. We gotta break out. Move with the general over there. Damn, that's not working. Here comes the dragoons. The general needs to be close to the main melee. If those troops run, it's all over. Here comes the dragoons. It might very well be too little too late. We have tons of troops retreating. Let's try to reorganize around the house. Rally the troops. Get through and get them. Oh, now the French artillery is open fire? I need to pull my troops back.
Our men are running, sir.
And as I do that, they all run. They're counter-charging against my dragoons. We've got tons of troops routing over here. Ooh, we're gonna fire into our own men here. But I kinda wanna really wanna break that unit. Wait, hold, wait for it. Now you can fire. Ah, we managed to break these, that's good. Is there any troops here? No. What I have left of these three. Nice, we broke that. The battle certainly did not go our way. We are rallying and regrouping. I don't know if we'll be able to take on the French though, in this capacity. Depends on what they have left. We've got one unit coming in over there. Tired dragoons. Kinda need to come and rally this one. It would be nice if they came back. It would be nice if a lot of these units came back. But at the same time, if the general leaves the front line here, wouldn't necessarily go too well for our cannons. Oh, there's still a lot of them. And the young guard unit is left. A lot of conscripts. 2 voltigeurs, then 2 units of conscript, and then a young guard unit. He's trying to move so far in my flank that my cannons can't fire at him. Another voltigeur unit. Pull back there. I think we're gonna have to, right now we are not in a position to defend these cannons, unfortunately. Oh! just in front of it.
Our men are running, sir.
There goes the cannon. I think we'll fall even further back. And as we do, we'll continue to fire at them. According to this, the strength ratio is about even. I'm hoping they'll get kind of confused by this house and they'll try to charge it, and when they do, I counter-charge it. The troops are rallying a little bit here. These heavy cannons are capable of canister as well. We might have more luck actually hitting anything. Oh. Ah, that was the young guards that fired. And they absolutely slaughtered. Great. I'll move them as far away in some far-ass flank. That's a lot of shrapnel or a lot of canister, however it's at such a long range that it's not really effective right now. Come on! Oh, I hate my mouse. Why are you acting up? Cavalry will set here and then come at the young guards. Switch to fire on this. Oh, now these guys are starting to lose. No! We will not be able to do without the cannon. Ah, nice. I think they are worried about the cavalry. That's why they're reforming. If there's a possibility of a counterattack, it's now. Forward. They're isolated. Now is the time for the cavalry to come in. I think we shot through our own unit there. That wasn't great. I think it's mostly important to get the cavalry going. Okay, there's a mass rout of my infantry. No one wants to stand. Form bloody square then. The general is here to support. Get through. They're barely hanging on. But it's enough. It's enough now anyways. Enough to send those... keep those guys running. Let's organize around the house. Oh, that's a live enemy unit. Right. I don't think those guys are coming back. That's good.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, if that would have actually hit. I think we're more likely to hit the general that time. He's close enough to support the house. If my cavalry... Yes, my cavalry did come back. And they're needed. Hold on to this old farmhouse. I'm gonna need you to charge. Oh, before though, let's not make a repeat of that shooting our own men again. My dragoons are doing their job, sending the enemy away. And yes, we broke them. They're gone. Right, let's focus on trying to get rid of those guys now. Could be dangerous to fire a shot if that one shot like hits the house. Oh no! Oh, the young guard are back. Bastards. Right. Do not fire. Switch to canister and fire down that way. That young guard unit needs to go. Do you want to fire? Even at long range, I think enough pellets would hit to... Oh shit, now they're shooting at us. Damn it. Oh, this one's almost broken. Even though I'm charging head on into them. I'm hoping that will be enough. Yes, they're broken. Too many powerful French units compared to too many low-tier Russian ones. But yes, I think I've pulled it off. It is a victory. It is a victory. But a narrow one. A very narrow one. The general and the dragoon will move over and get that guy. Look at the casualties that the recruit infantry suffered from that close range flank fire that one of the French light infantry inflicted on us. We were bogged down. I don't know really what happened with the melee charge going down here. It didn't really break the French. I guess they have too high morale. And my units weren't really great enough. It wasn't that great either that my only grenadier unit in the army was caught by a dragoon out here on the flank and got more or less wiped out. But Bagration and his army in the end stand victorious. Although barely. And here's the result of that fight. Out of 3,700 men deployed that I did, I lost 2,600, leaving only 1,000 men left. The French deployed 2,600 men, losing about 2,000, leaving 600 left. So we lost about 700 men more, or 650 more than the enemy A lot was inflicted by ourselves. Actually, not that much. 180. 180 isn't that bad, comparatively. The enemy did about similar numbers as well. Highest kills goes to the Dragoons, no surprise. Then we got Musketeers, 3-pounder artillery before it was sent away. Here we go. The Russian Grenadiers. The only Grenadier, or really the best infantry unit I had, most likely, in terms of charging and so on, was caught on the flank by the Dragoons, slaughtered, and inflicted nothing. One recruit unit. Like, pitiful numbers for the recruits. 22. Really filler units. Just raking up the kills for the enemy. We were victorious though, and it actually lived the battle mark, which is really strange, I guess because it was such a bloody battle. The French are dangerous. The thing is, I'm making quite a bit of money now, and I have been so far kind of reluctant in starting recruiting more troops to send here, just because I want as much money to spend on improving the infrastructure so I can make even more money, so that when I actually start going after building armies, that I have enough to really compare with France and my other enemies. But yeah, that battle probably took quite a while, so I think we'll end it right here. Even though that didn't go too well, I think we still are in a pretty good position. Bagration, or not Bagration, Benningsen will be soon ready to move out. And I have these guys with got really good armies and lots of cavalry. We're gonna need a lot of cavalry, I think, to defeat the French. And a lot better troops throughout my armies. It seems like... I mean, spamming all the sort of low tier infantry could probably have worked if I actually had more units overall than the enemy. Now I didn't, and I didn't have anything to lock down the enemy's cavalry, so they were free to just ride me down and destroy me. That's really what held up my charge in the center. I wasn't able to pay attention to as much was happening there, but we were actually like fighting cavalry for the most part there. The enemy infantry was sent away, but there was a lot of cavalry still there in the center, and that's what held us up. So, cavalry to hold down the French cavalry. Melee charging does work, but needs to be... I mean, this was, you know, a hodgepodge army that I was actually going to send against the Ottomans. So it wasn't really the cream of the crop, but yeah. Anyways, as always, I'll say as I'll always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.